Now I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. See, you don't believe this white man is your enemy. So what God is going to do, since you have become an enemy to yourself, God is going to turn this white man loose on you. Since you like to kill, well, you can't out-kill him. God got something for him, but he going to make him whoop the hell out of you. Mark my words. When you see it happening, remember, you heard it here. And wherever you are, in the dope den, in the whorehouse, in the freak house, when it hits you, remember, I better go get myself together. For some, it'll be too late.
Yeah, man. Firstly, I want to say, Kal Alal, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, which is to say, all praises to Yahweh, right? And Yahushai, right? Double honors to the elders and apostles of Raven's Stone, and salutations to all the brothers pushing this work in all sincerity and in truth. I'm the brother Yahya from James Kingston, Jamaica Campman. That message from Minister Louis Farrakhan is mostly poignant for individuals of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, because those people are the true biblical Israelites, right? Those people are the enemies, are considered to be enemies in correspondence to the so-called white man. So the so-called white man is our enemy, right? Now, who is the so-called white man, if you might ask, according to the Bible, right? When you go into the book of Genesis, chapter 24, right? And you read from around verse 12, it says, "No, these are the generations of," it's like I'm just get down into it to get into the point, right? Yeah. Right, verse 19, and said, "These are the generations of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham begot Isaac, and Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife," right? So Isaac had a wife whose name was Rebekah, right? It says, "The daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Padanaram, the sister of Laban, the Syrian. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife, because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him. And Rebekah his wife conceived, and the children struggled together within her, and she said, If it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. So she conceived, and it says the children struggled together within her, pretty much meaning more than one, right? We're going to find out how much. Verse 23 says, And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger, right? And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau, which means Ishashua, wasted away is he, right? That's why Edomites have translucent skin. You can see their blood vessels below their skin, man, right? Verse 26 is in, and after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. You understand? So Esau is the so-called white man. If you want more points on the matter, you can read the book of Job chapter 9 verse 24. It says, The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Right? By process of elimination, who is the wicked today? Right? Who is the one calling the shots? in global affairs, right? Who are the world powers? Who control the WHO? Who control the WEF, the World Economic Forum, right? Who are the leaders of the United Nations, right? Or who are those leaders, man? You understand? All of those organizations that basically handle world decisions, right? They are all so-called white men, right? Pretty much, biblical name, Edomites. You understand? So scripture says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. The scripture in the book of Daniel chapter 4 verse I think it's verse 17, it says what? Let me read it. Daniel chapter 4, Daniel chapter 4 verse 17. It says, "This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the Holy Ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men." Right? The basis, the lowest of the lowest, the so-called white man. That's why right now the earth is in a state of turmoil and is eroding because the so-called white man is the one in charge. So the scripture says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Right? When you jump to the book of Malachi chapter 1, it tells you who the wicked is. Right? Because the scriptures don't miss, man. Right? The scriptures tell you, Micah chapter 1, verse 4. It says, "Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places." Return how? Return when? Right? In the Renaissance period. Right? That is the time frame when the Edomites began to rise back into power. Right? When you read the book of Revelation chapter 20, it tells the same, "I'll come back and go forth to what? Deceive the nations." Right? It says, "Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, the people against whom the Lord had the indignation forever." Right? So they are called what? The border of wickedness. Right? Them are the one who the scriptures talk about when it refer to the wicked. They are the ones who are in the earth causing turmoil and creating all manner of evil. Right? Psalms 12 and 8, it said, "The wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted." Right? So the vilest men are being exalted right now. Right? And as you hear Louis Farrakhan just said, Minister Louis Farrakhan just said, right? He's not off the standpoint where he believes in the scriptures in terms of wholeheartedly, I would say, right? And the clock is at least right twice a day. You understand? So on this matter, he is completely 100% correct. The so-called white man walking about as a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. And he's plotting to cause a massive amount of death upon the earth, beginning with our people. You understand? And as Louis Farrakhan just said, man, you can't outkill him. Why? Why can't you outkill him? Back to Genesis 25, right? Genesis 25, I think is around, just scroll down, right? Yeah, around 27. And it says, "And the boys grew, and Esau was a what? A cunning hunter, right? A man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents." So the nature of Esau is hunting. That's why they have all of those militias over there in America, right? Constant practicing, target practice, and them something they're always out in the field, man, right? Because what? He's a man of the field, right? Also, when you
Chapter 27, and it
it's like also when you read the book of Genesis 27, around 30 thereabout, right? It tells you the blessing that Esau got. You understand? It tells you the blessing. Let me get the blessing for you so you can see the blessing that Esau got that makes it impossible for you to out kill him, meaning that it's impossible for you to go head to head with him in armed combat, right? So yeah,
Chapter, chapter 27.
start at
And it came to
verse, I think I can start at verse 30 thereabout. Right here, so verse 30 says, and it came to pass. So this is after Jacob went and he basically took the blessing from Isaac, because what happened is that Esau sold Jacob his birthright, right? So Esau gave up his birthright. Therefore, it was set up in the spirit for Jacob to get the greater blessing. You understand? So verse 30 starts off and says, and it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone out from the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting, right? And he also had made savory meat, and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, let my father arise and eat of his son's venison, that thy son may bless me. And Isaac his father said unto him, who art thou? Why? Because Isaac actually was in a state where he could not really see, right? So he was wondering, who is this that come again? Because he thought that he already gave Esau the blessing. So he asked and he said, and Isaac his father said unto him, who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly, and said, who? Where is he that had taken venison and brought it me? And I have eaten of all before thou camest, and have blessed him, yea, and he shall be blessed. And when Isaac heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, bless me, even me also, O my father. And he said, thy brother came with subtlety, and had taken away thy blessing. And he said, is not he rightly named Jacob? Because the word Jacob goes back to Yawasap, which means supplanter. For he had supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he had taken away my blessing. And he said, hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy lord. All his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be, here's the blessing that Esau got, listen up carefully, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shall serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. So the point is that he was to what? Dwell by his sword. You understand? It says, by thy sword shalt thou live. Right? Verse 41 says, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother. So this statement is pretty much what he's going to do with his sword. He's going to use his sword to what? To cause great affliction upon the children of Israel. That's why Ezekiel 35 verse 5 says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of what? Of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Right? So Esau made in his mind that he was going to slaughter his brother, and even up till now, he's constantly plotting how to put the children of Israel into a body bag. Right? Obadiah 1 and 10, it says, For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Right? So he has caused a great deal of violence against the children of Israel, man. Understand? Because that is what is in his heart, continual hatred of the children of Israel. And that is why it is going to come down, boil down to the point where it is pretty much going to be more difficult for the children in the days to come. That is the time of Jacob's trouble. Because the so-called white man is plotting to do a lot of atrocities to the children of Israel. Right? The main point is that you cannot outkill him, man. Right? What you have to do, Zine, you have to what? Go unto the Heavenly Father, seek the Heavenly Father for help. Revelation 12 and 12 said, Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and he that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil, right? The devil, Diablo, the deceiver, is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had a short time, right? So Esau is constantly plotting, he's constantly doing things, making move to put the inhabitants of the earth, predominantly the nation of Israel, in a state of evil and a state of austerity. Right? So with that, hope that this lesson was edifying unto the elect of the nation of Israel. I want to say Kalalal, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kodash, the mothers to the elders and apostles of Great Stone, and salutations to all the brothers pushing this work in our sincerity and in truth. Shalom.